Alrighty.
Grant, how you doing today, man?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Nick, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Thanks for taking some time to meet with me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries.
How you doing? How's your day going?
It's going well. It's going well. It's just playing around with golf, and
Oh, yeah?
we had this meeting, so I'm back in.
Oh, sorry to take you away from...
Oh, no. Sorry I didn't have time to change.
No worries.
But-
How's your golf game looking?
It's gonna come back. I don't quite play enough to get better, but
I
it was
feel you on
a
that
charity
one.
event, so it was fun.
Oh, nice. I wish I had some golf game, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, it's
so.
more of a mindset than an
True.
actual skill. But
True.
yeah.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it. Like I was saying, I don't want to take too much of your time. I just want to kind of get a little bit of an idea of why you wanted to meet with us and what you're looking for. Obviously, we do a lot of business, but just kind of feeling out what your purpose is and what you want to meet with me for.
Yeah, I mean, potentially more on the market for some planes. Obviously, you know, I'm with Delta. I'm actually the guy. I'm in charge of the purchasing as well as, not necessarily maintenance, but I oversee HR as well, and I oversee production. I oversee a lot of things.
Sweet.
But I've been put in charge of purchasing.
Cool. And so you guys are looking to buy, like how many planes are you looking at here?
It all depends on what kind of deal we can get.
Okay.
Ideally, anywhere above 10. But like I said, what we have works.
Okay.
So we don't actually have to buy anything.
Right.
But we're just kind of weighing out our options here.
What are you guys using right now?
We are using a lot of the 337s.
Okay.
Yeah.
From us or from Airbus?
No, from Boeing.
From Boeing. Okay. And how are those working out for you guys?
They're a little outdated now.
Right.
Yeah. Like, you know, technology changes. I just recently got, 2020 M5, and
Oh, nice.
just the difference
And
between
you got
that.
raise.
Yeah, the difference between that and my old 2012 is crazy. Just the difference in technology on the inside. So really, I mean, just trying to keep everyone happy and just trying to, we're Delta. We keep pretty high.
Yeah, keep it going.
We pride ourselves in having nice planes.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously our planes are nice. You've been using them for years. Is that, I mean, going with the car comparison there, is that something that you guys are looking for then, is new technology on the inside, or I mean, what, in terms of upgrades, I guess, just newer planes altogether?
Yeah, maybe more efficient would be nice. Efficiency is always nice.
In terms of like gas, or?
Yeah, our planes are a little slow.
Okay.
You could tell me more than I, but I think the newer planes are maybe a little faster.
Yeah.
Which when it's slow, it causes more problems. But as well, technology is nice.
Okay. What kind of problems does the slower planes cause?
Delays.
Right.
Yeah. So when a plane comes in slower than expected, it lands later, which causes someone else not being able to take off yet, or etc., and just causing an overall bootleg in the system where the more people we have flying out, the more money we make.
Right.
And if someone can't fly out that day, then we have to delay the next day, which just causes a big,
So is it that like the planes are progressively getting slower, or they're just not as fast as some of the newer?
That one's,
Okay.
option 2.
Yeah. So maybe you could just walk me through the process. I mean, you talked about obviously a delayed flight then affects the next flight. What does that do in terms of like, I mean, does one delay affect the rest of the day? Are you guys able to recover pretty quickly, or?
We're usually able to recover, but it's just better to try to avoid the headache. Yeah, I mean, sometimes we have to fork out money or hotels or
For the
reward
customers.
points or future miles, which, I mean, obviously customer satisfaction is high on the list, but at the same time, it's better to avoid a problem than to fix it later.
Totally. I mean, have you seen the problem come up with your customers, or they're pretty? You guys take care of them.
Not so much customers. It's been more with our pilots,
Okay.
to be honest.
They get upset, or that they
Yeah,
delayed,
it's-
or
They get upset when it gets delayed, and as well, we've had a kind of a hard time with retention due to the older technology in the planes.
okay,
Yeah.
got it. So the pilots are mad that they're taking longer to get to their destinations, and then
Yeah.
the inside of the planes are not very comfortable. or
Yeah, but for them.
advanced. For them, customers are okay with them.
Yeah, I don't think they see what we've heard, and due to our surveys that we send out after post flights, we haven't really had anything, too many issues with customers. It's been mainly our pilots.
Okay. And are you having pilots leave? They're going to Southwest, or
Yeah, we've
They're
had a
sticking
few
with-
actually.
okay?
I mean, obviously turnover is inevitable, but we definitely have had a higher percentage than in the last few years.
Mm. And you would attribute that directly to the technology, or are there any other factors that?
So I've been working closely with our HR director,
Right.
and she's obviously in charge of talking to them. And what she has brought back to me is that it's been our number one reason has been the old equipment in it.
Okay.
For them, I mean, I don't fly the things. I actually do have my pilot license, but I don't fly
Oh,
the
nice.
commercial.
Yeah.
But I mean, anywhere from the landing gear to the radar to the everything inside, they're saying that's a little out of date.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what in terms of dollar value, what's that costing you guys? What's the, hiring costs and training? How long does it take to get them up and running after you hire somebody?
Oh, it takes a few months. There's a big program that even if they've been flying with anyone else, they still have to go through the program as like a day one. So it takes about 6 months for them to be 6 to actually 8
Wow.
for them to be able to actually fly. So obviously all that program's expensive.
Big headache, I'm sure too.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a headache, and people talk.
Yeah. So, what? I mean, in terms of costs, then too, the program's going to be. By the time you're hiring new people every couple weeks, probably you're spending thousands of dollars training pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so what? What else do you think the technology affects anybody else besides the pilots? What about people that staff the airport and stuff? Are they affected by lower technology? or just the pilots?
Nothing directly. But I think if the pilots were maybe doing their jobs better, or even if the planes were faster, then it would avoid some of the delays we talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. So fixing these delays, then what effect do you think that will have on the customer?
What effect would that have on the customer?
Yeah.
I don't think too much on the customer.
Okay.
Other than if there weren't delays, then they could get to their. I mean, obviously get to their area.
Satisfaction.
Yeah. It seems like in these day and age, people kind of expect delays.
Okay.
Maybe because of how bad Southwest is or how bad Alaskan. It seems like people almost expect it. I mean, these days people go to the airport like 3 hours early,
True.
expect to be late. So, yes, it's expected, but at the same time, we hold ourselves to a very high standard.
So sounds then to me, if I'm getting you correctly, then the problem with the delays and the technology has the biggest impact on your pilots first, and then probably your customers secondarily.
Mm.
So do you feel like fixing those issues would help you recruit better pilots, or make pilots want to work for you guys?
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, yeah. I mean, I want to get that problem solved for you then.
Sweet.
In terms of, you said you were looking at least 10 planes. Of all the models that we have available, are there any that seem like they're going to fit your price range and budget a little bit easier, or?
I mean, I see you still sell the 337s. I saw your list. You got the Max 8, the 200, and the 9.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in the 9s,
Okay.
but the issue with that is we wouldn't fly those into every airport. just because Underwood Airport fits 220 people.
Right.
So ideally, maybe a handful of those, a handful per se to 8, could be an option right now.
Okay. And how many airports are you planning on supplying these planes to?
These 10, just about 3.
3 different airports. Okay. So I'm guessing the smaller one then obviously can't handle the 220 is what you said.
Yeah.
So that's why you're looking for the Max 8. You said was the other one?
Yeah.
Max 8, Max 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, you know, as you know, as we sent you the prices already and stuff, the Max 8 is going at 117 million, 117.1, and the Max 9 at 124.1. The real, as you know, I mean, this is what we do. We crank out these planes. The real area that we can most accommodate for you guys is in our speed of delivery. I guess how quickly are you guys trying to get these by?
As soon as we can get them.
Okay.
Yeah. We've been on the market now for a few months. Obviously, we have a few other options,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously, being who we are, we want the best.
Right.
Now, if we can't fit that in the budget, of course, we can do some of the best and then some of the other options, of course. But
Airbus, I'm assuming.
yeah, I mean, everyone knows they're a little slower still. It wouldn't be a huge upgrade from what we have. It would be a slight upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as speed wouldn't be an upgrade, but electronics,
It would be.
partially, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, you can never go wrong with Boeing. What are some of the benefits of going with Boeing?
Yeah, so obviously the name, the brand, we're reliable, we're made in the U.S. here. Seattle, of course, is well represented by Boeing. Like you said, I mean, you nailed the biggest things. Airbus is our main competitor. They're slower, and I think the real area with the speed is a major concern. If I were in your guys' shoes, I don't know what your issues are, but you know, the time and the delays there is just dollars being spent every day, and so I feel like our speed is definitely huge, and then being here in the U.S. with us being able to deliver quickly and work closely with you guys.
How quickly are you talking?
So with an order as small as 10, like you're saying, we should be able to get it a little bit faster than industry standard. 7 or 8 months, I think we would be able to get it to you by.
And what type of discounts do you offer if you order in bulk?
So unfortunately, you know, 10 is not that big of a purchase. So we can't offer a whole lot of discounts for you. Some of the areas that might have a little bit more flexibility would be in technology upgrades, making the insides better for sure, improving, I don't want to say the quality, but improving the comfortability for pilots and passengers, definitely.
Okay.
So we could throw some like reclining seats in there for the pilots and improving all the landing gears and things like that with the highest quality at no additional cost.
And how about payment as well?
We're flexible with payment.
Okay.
If we want to map out a payment plan that covers a number of years, we're flexible with that
Okay.
for sure.
And upfront, is there a percentage or?
I would say we don't have any like company policy wise. I'd say probably 25% or so up front.
Okay. And how many planes would you need to buy to be able to get a percentage off? At what point does that? How many planes do we need?
Probably about 20 or so.
20.
Yeah.
Okay. And what percentage would you offer at 20 planes?
Yeah. So 20 planes are discount would be 2%.
2.
Yeah.
Okay. How can I get that number up to more around 6 or 5? Can we work out like a long-term contract? Because I mean, realistically, even though we're only looking for about 10 planes right now,
Mhm.
I mean we're Delta.
Yeah, you'll be buying
Across the
planes
board, we need a lot more soon
Yeah.
too, and we're even talking potentially about opening up a few other airports overseas,
Okay.
specifically Dubai and
Oh yeah.
and Germany as well.
Okay.
So we will need planes in the future. What can I do to get a discount right now? Can we talk about a long-term contract? Can we?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what we prefer to be getting is the
Assumed.
long-term deals. 5 or 6% is gonna be a really tough stretch. Even at 40 planes or so, 5% discount is gonna be costing us $200 million.
Essentially, yeah, it's almost essentially at 10. It's almost essentially a free plane.
So I think if we could work out some sort of a long-term arrangement for somewhere around 50 planes or so going into the future, I think we could get that number up to 4% or so.
Okay. I need 5. Is that too much to ask for?
What's the purpose? Why do you have to have 5? Just out of curiosity.
It's orders from above my head.
The big boss is
Mhm.
demanding 5%,
Yeah.
and if not, then
We had to look at other options potentially.
okay.
Yeah, and
Is that-
we do want Boeing well means, but at the same time, kind of how the economy is turning right now, and etc.
Yeah, and that's something that the big bosses are comfortable with Airbus for long-term contracts, or you would.
Yeah, I mean we would still buy maybe 3 or 4 9s,
Mhm.
and then the rest go Airbus, at least for this next 4 years, 3 years.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean a 5% contract or discount is going to be really, really tough without some major accommodations on your guys' end. For us, then I mean the speed of delivery is going to have to be reduced. Obviously, these ones that are long term in the future, we can see it coming, so that's not a big deal. The immediate planes, then it's definitely going to have to be over a year.
Okay.
On the delivery. Is that something that you guys are comfortable with?
Yeah.
You are?
We do, other than 2, we do need 2 of the MAX 9s.
How
Maybe
quickly?
a little quicker, maybe the industry standard,
Okay.
and then after that, it would be fine.
Okay. Let me think then. If we could write out a contract here then for over the next 20 years or something like that, maybe 10 of each of these 40 planes. I think we could do something at 5% and have a year delivery.
Fantastic.
If these ones that are going to have to be 9 months up front, I think we're not going to be able to do 5% discount on those. You said 2 of them?
Yeah.
Is that okay if 2% discount on that one, those 2 planes, and then the other 38
Yeah.
5%?
That sounds good.
Okay. Cool.
I'll get my lawyer and we'll write something up.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds great.
Great, thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome. Do we just transition right into the next one?
Sure. If you want to, or if you want to take a minute.
It's recording.
Okay.
Let's roll. Hey,
How you doing, Grant?
Grant, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Grant. Nice to finally meet you.
I
in
know,
person.
we've had a lot of conversations over the phone, but nice to meet you. I could barely see you with that camouflage there.
Right.
Looking
Oh
good.
man, but I just flew in from Hong Kong.
Oh, nice. What were you doing out there?
My job.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are you setting up some airports out there? Or
Yeah, yeah. It's amazing how many people fly over there.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you get some good Chinese food?
You know, I'm more an American Chinese food myself.
Okay. Panda
Um,
Express.
Yeah, or sit down still, but
Okay.
it's very traditional over there, so it's good. But I like my American food too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
How about yourself? How's your week going so far?
Going good, staying busy. Work around these times is just crunching like always. My wife's having a baby too pretty soon,
Wow.
so
Wow,
things are pretty hectic at work and at home. It's starting to get stressful too. So
that's awesome.
we're excited.
That's great, dude.
Thanks.
Well, that's cool. So you've been with Delta for how long now?
I've personally been here about 10 years or so. I've been in the airline industry for 15, so
15 years. 10
Yeah.
years. That's cool. My uncle worked at Delta for quite some time.
nice.
He actually had quite a fun job. He was in charge of like customer relations of like people who flew like above first class.
Oh,
So like
big,
he would drive and pick them up right from the plane and then accommodate them and bring them to the Sky Lounge.
wow, I bet he's met some
He
famous
has,
people.
yeah. He said Jennifer Aniston was his favorite.
Oh,
He
nice.
said she was a sweetheart.
Oh, that's so cute.
I would have loved to meet her myself too.
Wouldn't we all?
Right. But cool. And what exactly is your purpose of the meeting today?
Yeah, so as you know, I reached out to you. We're just looking to kind of upgrade a number of our planes sometime in the near future.
Perfect.
Just always trying to improve customer experience and
Yeah.
get the best
Yeah.
around. So
That's cool. It seems like there's kind of waves with Boeing, at least, that people use the planes they have for quite a while. Yeah, we're in some.
that's
Secretary?
yeah, that's my secretary.
It seems like people use their planes and then they time to upgrade, and it seems like that time's coming up. Our phone's been ringing quite a bit, but I'm glad we can come in because personally my favorite is Delta.
Oh, cool.
I'm glad to
That's
be
who you
here.
fly with?
Yeah, and actually I flew back on Delta and I was in a Boeing. Is that what you guys mainly use, or?
Yeah. We prefer Boeing. We have a number of Airbus planes as well.
That Airbus.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
nice too. Especially internationally, we use Airbus a lot.
Okay.
But Boeing is our primary U.S. provider.
Okay. And what Boeings usually run, do you know?
Which planes?
Yeah, off the top of your head.
We're have most of them 737, 747. Depends on the airport, depends on the flight patterns and stuff, but we're pretty spread out across the board.
Well, that's great. And so you said you guys are looking to upgrade.
Yeah.
How so? Are you talking inside, outside, engine? What are we talking?
Yeah, mostly on the outside. I think in terms of like the speed for sure. We want to be the faster we can crank flights out. And of course in the airline industry, it's all about efficiency. It's all about speed and overall, that's what the customer cares about.
Yep.
And so anytime we have delays, anytime we have maintenance issues, it hurts us for sure. So.
Okay. And have you been experiencing a lot of these delays and maintenance issues?
Maintenance issues, no, not yet. Obviously, older planes, we know that they're bound to happen. We want to catch them before we have a plane going down, of course.
Yeah, that's never good.
No. Delays, yeah, we're starting to see some delays, I think.
Wow.
Pilots are complaining that some of the planes just don't have the get up in them that they used to have, and so it's kind of same flights take a little bit longer in some of the older planes.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. And how has that how has that impacted revenues, or how has it impacted customer satisfaction, or how has it impacted
Customers don't know too much about it because as we recognize some of our slower planes, and so we'll map out the times of the flights and stuff so that it doesn't hurt us that bad.
Mhm.
In terms of customer experience, we just tack on 10 minutes to the flight time before we publish it. And so revenues, though, obviously that's 10 minutes additional time at the airport rather than working towards the turnaround. And so I do see some of these older planes cost more and are making less money for sure.
Okay. So if I hear you right, potentially slower planes are impacting revenues.
Yeah.
Okay. And you mentioned pilots complaining a little bit. What has been some of their issues? They know more than we do sometimes.
Yeah.
Actually using them.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, some of the equipment is just not up to the most recent, which most of them are okay with. They've flown a lot of the planes in the past, and so it doesn't bother them too much. It does frustrate them efficiency wise because they've flown the routes hundreds of times, and so they know when a flight should take 2 hours and it takes 2 hours and 20 minutes. I mean, they're obviously not happy about the delay as well. So.
It seems like they take it pretty personally too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it's like driving a car too. I mean, you always prefer to get the newer car, the faster car,
Yeah.
so the ones that get the older ones feel a little.
Okay.
They feel it for sure.
And what impact has that had on your company as well? Your pilots complaining here.
We've had a few pilots leave over it. I think I'm not involved with HR too
Okay.
much, so I don't know. But I'm sure we've had a few that feel like they should be flying better planes.
Okay.
So a few leave. Most of them probably just feel like they could have been more efficient at the end of the day. And so we try and take care of them, try and compensate them, and kind of take care of them that way. But
this sounds like more of an issue of plane efficiency though than equipment.
absolutely.
Okay. Just to make sure we're on the same page, to make sure I can even help you. You know.
Yeah.
Awesome. And if you were to have, let's say, a brand new plane, how would that impact business?
It would improve it for sure. I mean, the same scenario. If we have a 2-hour flight that takes 2 hours and 20 minutes, versus if we can cut that down to an hour and 45 minutes, I mean that's about half an hour right there that we can. That's enough time for us to turn around and get it back up in the air, and so I think each flight could definitely, each new plane could probably produce one more flight per day. I would say.
Yeah. That would add up every time. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean that's a couple thousand additional bucks every day. I think.
Yeah.
And so.
Another thing too that's really amazing, especially actually came out last year, but the fuel efficiency has increased by almost 20%. This is new Boeing. It's this new type of engine they've been running for over years. It's been tested.
Cool.
It's not like it hasn't been tested.
Yeah.
And that has proven to, increase people's profits by drastically.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of why people have been calling so much. They've been wanting to switch over to these planes. Which some issues might come up as far as company standard of getting the planes because we have such a high order.
Okay.
But are you the guy in charge to talk to? Do you need anyone else in the room?
No, I'm your man.
Okay. As far as if we were to write up a contract or something.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree on something before we get it actually signed. We'll have to take it to the president, obviously, on these billion-dollar purchases.
Take to Donald Trump or?
Sorry, Boeing's president. Yeah, old Donald. Maybe he'll lend us some money for
right.
Purchase
I never know until you ask.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we were to write out a contract, what are you kind of looking for today?
So a major concern for us, we would like at least some of them pretty quickly. I don't know if you guys are able to do anything in the 3 to 6 month range. We don't need a ton of them that fast. We do need a few that fast, and then.
And how many exactly do you need that fast?
Probably about 5 that fast, and then we'd love to purchase probably 10 or 15 more, like 2 years down the road type of thing.
Okay. And which planes did you get my email about the different planes? And
Yeah.
Okay. Which ones are you thinking?
This is that had the Max 7, Max 8, Max 9, and the Max 200 as well. Yeah, so we like the higher quality ones, the Max 200 and the Max 9.
Okay.
Definitely. If we're going to be buying 20 20 planes or so. Probably splitting it 10 and 10 would be our
Okay.
ideal.
So splitting that 10 and 10, and these next 3 to 6 months, the 5 you need quickly. What do you need there?
Either one would probably be okay. They're pretty similar models.
Yeah.
I don't know which we'd be willing to accommodate to you guys,
Just whichever one we can get there the
easiest
fastest.
for you. Yeah.
Okay. That's gonna be hard, but nothing's impossible.
Sweet.
I'd have to pull some strings, maybe incentivize someone else to let us push their time back,
Okay.
because there is kind of an order how they stack up.
You guys
We
have
kind of
one?
do first come first serve.
Okay.
Especially just did a deal for about 30 over the next 5 years in China.
Okay.
But if we
We
can
are
work
Delta
out,
though. I mean,
Yeah,
we're probably
right.
your best customer. So.
sure. And you're my personal favorite too. Okay, and did you see the pricing on that as well?
Yeah.
I'm looking at
What was it?
124 for the 9
Mhm.
and 120 for the 200. So it's only a difference of about 4 million.
Yeah.
Technology is about the same, but 20 seats.
Right.
Which if you do seat per, per price per ticket per seat, it adds up. You actually do make more on the 9 over
Okay.
time.
Right.
But also, I don't know your guys' statistics of how many seats you're filling up to. So that's on you guys, which
Yeah.
ones. So if I were able to get you, let's say, 5 planes in the next 3 to 6 months, then you're saying we'd be able to write up a contract for 20 more over the next few years.
Yeah. I think it's probably 15 more.
15
Yeah.
more.
To bring us to a total of 20. That is a little flexible too, though. We might want to be buying more than that too down the road, as we continue to expand and continue to need more, buy more. So I'd say write up a contract probably for 5 and 15, and then potentially more down the road.
Down the road. Okay. Do you have any questions on my end too about the planes or about anything?
I'm pretty good. I
Cool.
read the email you sent me, and we've obviously analyzed everything we can. So.
Okay. Let's get this written up. Let's bring it to your president, and I can give you about 95% chance we can get you at least 4 of them in the next 6 months.
Okay.
On that 5th one, I'm gonna have to pull a little bit for you, but I think we can get it done.
Okay. Sounds
Cool.
good. Thank you.
Da-na.